When I'm sitting there with a little counter, I feel like there's this victory, like every time I do a click and there's another fish that goes by. You can tell stories about how wonderful it is, but when things are in the water, it's a lot harder to know what's going right or what's going wrong. In this part of the world, there's a lot of fish that spend several years out in the ocean. Sometime between when they're age of 3 and 5, early spring, they come up these streams and go into lakes and spawn in lakes. Alewife just happened to be the most numerous.
As you're going up this stream, you have cod, seals,
mammals, birds, turtles. Just about everybody has some advantage from having alewife.
and there's no way for them to know when a storm's coming. And that flow is giving them an idea of what's coming towards them. So when it's too high, they find a place to retreat until things get better.
Alewife have always been important for human sustenance going back in the 1700s.
They could be used to feed livestock. They could be used for fertilizer. They could be planted with various crops. So they had a huge utilitarian value.
But European colonization had lasting and incredibly significant impacts. Almost all of the streams were blocked by either a dam for hydropower or a sawmill. So they were blocking the streams, polluting them, and over-harvesting the resource.
But people figured it out pretty quickly.
They knew that if they shut off their migration up into the pond to spawn, a couple of years there would be no fish. We knew how they played and fit into us, but we didn't really understand the greater connection. Their energy really feeds out into other environments. And when you pull that back, then that energy to go to those other things is reduced, and those other systems start to cave in on themselves.
But Mount Desert Island, it's been always highly recognized as a special place because of the foresight of people going back into the 1800s. Fish ladders were built to get fish up and around the dams. They can work their way up step by step and get to the top of the fish ladder, and they're working pretty well to bring the numbers back.
I think 13 years ago it had 500 fish came up. The last 3 or 4 years we've had almost 40,000 fish come through. The connectivity ends up helping everything else that's moving through. Invertebrates come through, it's moving nutrients back and forth in the system. The community like it, the commercial fishermen like it. They're win-wins for everybody.
There was a way of blending what nature gave you with what you had for resources, and you still got fish moving up, water still went down.
MDI has a great opportunity.
This is a place that we can get a big message out about restoration efforts, the ecology of the area, and hopefully they learn about things here and be a little bit more keyed into what's going on in their home environment.
Doing this kind of work and finding common goals kind of brings wholeness to that community and brings those community people together. When we get people to come out and to be on the stream with their kids or to be counting fish one day, you form this group of people that are just rooting for nature and rooting for the fish.
The only thing we can do is just give people that opportunity to say, yeah, this is worth doing.